Welcome to the Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're going to be with you through every week of the NFL regular season, through the playoffs, through the Super Bowl, talking NFL football. Boy, we're already to Week 12.
Yeah.
Very interesting Week 11. 5 teams won on the final play.
Yeah.
That's the third time that's ever happened in NFL history. It's the most in a single day for the NFL.
And I was the beneficiary of one of those. So
yeah, so was I with Chicago.
Yeah.
But it was very interesting. We've got, some really good games. Conversely, several of the games were decided right off the bat within the first quarter. Mm-hmm. Some teams just didn't even bother showing up.
Let me tell you something. The Chargers mystify me with all that. I know there's some injuries that they have to deal with, but, that's a talented team. And, it's just I'm shocked they're losing in the way they're losing.
Well, the Chargers were coming off a bye, and it looks like they stayed on their bye for that week. Right. So it was very, very poor showing on their part. Another injury, we've got a potential lost quarterback for the season in Aaron Rodgers. Mm-hmm. He's got maybe a broken wrist at the time we're taping. They're going to be doing more tests, but it's not his throwing hand, it's his left hand.
Yeah, but
it's still painful.
Yeah, I'm sure he can't play with something like that.
No.
So, but I guess by this time when we're watching this, we'll know more information.
Oh yeah. So. By the time this show is released, you'll probably have some kind of inkling as to whether he's done for another season. Mm-hmm. I mean, if he's done for the season, is he done, or does he come back the next season?
I don't know that. I don't
know if Pittsburgh can wait around like that.
I don't know. Boy, it's an interesting situation.
Well, like I said, we're in Week 12 now, but let's take a look back at what happened in Week 11.
Hey, what happened?
We're going to start off on Thursday night with the Patriots-Jets game, and boy, that was a poor showing by the Jets. They started off so good. They have shown they have the ability to put together a good offensive drive. The problem is
they started off the game great.
That's what I said. They had two good drives.
Yeah.
But again, I think we're seeing growing pains with the offensive coordinator who does not know how to adjust after the first drive. And again, that defense is. I have a feeling that defensive coordinator is not going to last after this year, if not before the end of this year. Mm-hmm. But here we have the Patriots. 8 straight victories in a single season for the 8th time in their history.
Now I have to go back.
First time without Tom Brady.
Now I have to go back and look at this during the summer and what the over under of wins the books put them in. I think some of them had 8 wins, and they've already got 8 in a row right now. So
I've seen.
It's just absolutely incredible what they're doing this season.
I've seen 6.5, 7.5, that sort of thing.
Okay,
so
yeah.
If you went over,
you probably cashed the ticket already.
Oh, so, yeah. Well, they've clinched their first winning season since 2021 already. There's still 6 games left. Mm-hmm. So Patriots defense gave up an opening drive touchdown for the 6th time this season. That's the most in the NFL. So their opening drive defense is a question mark, and it's something bettors have to look at when you have that prop bet of what's the result of the first drive.
Sure.
Look at the touchdown. That's the 6th time they've given up an opening drive touchdown. And my Jets still have failed to intercept a pass.
I was going to ask you about that. I watched the game, but I just wanted to verify it with you because you're the Jets guy. So
10 straight games without interception to start the season. Longest such streak in the NFL history. They tied it. The only other team that has done this was the 2017 Raiders, and that was a bad team.
Okay.
I don't think the Jets are as bad as that team because I think the 2017 Raiders went 2-15, 2-14.
I don't know.
They had a very bad record at the end of there. Miami on the first Madrid game.
Yes.
By the way, good game. Didn't have to go to overtime.
And you
Did
won
not
that.
have to go to overtime.
And you won that, right?
Yes, I won that.
So you have done very well in international games.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So.
But again, did not have to go to overtime if what's his name, Mike McDaniel, whatever the name of the coach is there. Let me tell you something. If they had lost that game, I would have made him walk home from Madrid. Because that was so stupid going for and forth that you could have ended the game with a field goal in the end of regulation there.
Analytics.
Yep.
You love analytics, huh?
But Miami's interception of Marcus Mariota, first play of overtime, first such takeaway in the NFL since 2021. Bears. I love watching the Bears.
Look at the Bears. I mean, the Detroit Lions are now looking up at the Bears.
Yep.
How about that?
Bears have won 5 games this season, which they have come back in the final 2 minutes. Next year that's not going to happen. It always evens out, but
watch out for the Bears and Denver in the fourth quarter, because they do magical things in the fourth quarter. So they are the clutch teams of the NFL, I think.
Here's another stat for bettors to be aware of if they're going to be looking at doing any kind of over-unders kind of thing. Packers have now allowed 20 or fewer points in 7 of the first 10 games in 2025. That's the first time the Packers have done so in 7 of their first 10 since 2010, where they went to the Super Bowl and won. Mm-hmm. So that defense is holding people down under 20 points.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the game I lost on. I went 2-1 this week, and I lost the Packers game. I went with the Packers, but they didn't win by 7.5 points. So I missed going undefeated this week by 0.5 point. So there you go.
Yeah, I actually...
You want to know what happened? That's what happened.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, we got 2 teams here. The Rams, 8-2 or better to start the season for the first time since 2018. And the Eagles have won consecutive games despite scoring fewer than 20 points in each game for the first time since 2004. Mm-hmm. That was when they went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Patriots.
Sure.
So that's basically what happened team-wise in Week 11. We're going to do what happened with players.
What happened?
Going back to Thursday night game, we've got the Patriot running back Travion Henderson scored 3 touchdowns against the Jets. That makes Henderson one of 2 Patriot rookies with 3 or more touchdowns in a single game, the other one being Rob Gronkowski.
I love the fact that the last touchdown, he had to look to the sideline to see whether he can score or not. So
that was very sporting of him.
Yeah, you know you're in a runaway game when you're looking, hey, can I score? Yeah, go ahead.
Also, Henderson became the first rookie in Patriots history with 5 touchdowns in a 2-game span.
Wow, okay.
Interesting piece of history right there.
They've had some pretty good running backs over the years. Curtis Martin. I remember him.
Going over to the kicker side of things, we have Kairos Santos. He hit a 54-yard field goal against the Vikings Sunday, which was his 24th make of 50 yards or more with the Bears.
I have been...
He passed Robbie Gould for most in franchise history.
I got to say, I mean, all kickers this year have been astounding me. I mean, it's just the length of the field goals that they're making. I mean, they're standing on logos on the field and making these kicks with room to spare. So it's the year of the kicker, I think. Boy, what amazing things to watch.
Going back on the defensive side of things, we've got Myles Garrett over there. Mm-hmm. He had 4 sacks of this past weekend. He became the first player in NFL history since sacks were started to be recorded to have 14 or more sacks in 5 straight seasons.
Wow.
He's also the 4th player since '82 to have 2 games with 4 or more sacks in a single season. Listen to these names. Carl Mecklenburg,
wow,
Reggie White, and Chandler Jones.
Wow. Okay.
So some really interesting company there for Myles Garrett. He also was, before going into this game, him and Lawrence Taylor were the only players to hit a dozen in 5 consecutive seasons.
It's good company to be in.
Moving over to some quarterback notes to finish up here, we've got Josh Allen. 2nd career game with 3 or more touchdown passing and 3 rushing touchdowns. Only other player to do it, Otto Graham.
Wow. Boy, that's interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, wow.
And
by the way, I hope everyone took the over in that game, the Bills game.
It was like 70 points.
Goodness. Oh, God.
Allen's also the only player to have at least 3 pass touchdowns, 300 passing yards, and 3 rushing touchdowns in the game. Only player in NFL history to do that.
Wow.
Bryce Young over there for Carolina, 448 passing yards. Not only a career high, but best in franchise history. He passed Cam Newton's 432-yard mark.
Carolina is another interesting team. What are they?
They're up and down so much.
6 wins, though? My goodness. Wow.
I can't. I went with them a couple times, and I lost on them. So, And last but not least, we have Jacoby Brissett.
Okay.
Jacoby Brissett's 47 completions are a new single-game NFL record. He broke Jared Goff and Drew Bledsoe's regular season's mark of 45. Ben Roethlisberger had 47 in 2020, but that was a playoff game. Mm-hmm. So he owns the regular season record. And Brissett is also the first player ever to attempt 50 or more passes with an 80 or more 98% completion rate.
Brissett is one. When you look at a great backup quarterback, Brissett is it. I mean, he's done everything the team has asked him to do, and
He may have cost Kyler Murray his job right there.
Kyler Murray might have cost Kyler Murray his job. So
I
you
don't
can't
know
plead that inconsistent.
No, but
anything. But hey, we'll see what happens with that.
He should be playing more video games.
Yeah.
That's it for the players. Let's see what happened with us.
Hey, what happened?
Well, we both went 2-1.
Yeah, and I could have gone undefeated.
Yep.
If the Packers scored a half a point, that's not possible. But if I lost going undefeated by half a point.
Well,
So,
we both
there you
went,
go.
we both went 2-1, and we did so without having any games in common too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I maintained my 2-game lead on you.
I can tell you, I won I went with Denver this week, and I was a little nervous because I watched those pregame shows, and everyone went with the Chiefs and things like that. But it's just one of those things. Denver is so good at home, and I don't know what to make of Kansas City Chiefs. I don't see them getting to the Super Bowl this year, so we shall see.
Well, this is the first time you're sitting there looking at Kansas City. They are closer to last place than they are first place. And it's very unusual to see them that way.
Denver is having a hell of a season, and they are
but again,
so tough at home.
But you got to remember also, Denver's offense isn't consistent. And that may be the problem going
but they
forward.
come alive in the fourth quarter.
You can't rely on that
I know
all the time.
you really can't do that, but they're fun to watch in the fourth quarter.
But again, we went 2-1. I still have my 2-game lead. Records are on the blog, turnpikesports.us. Click on the blog button. That's our look back at Week 11. We're going to start going forward into Week 12 with our picks and analysis. Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show, back after this.
In a moment of need, every second counts. So first responders, delivery drivers, and visitors can find your home fast, even in the dark. This is about more than just a number. It's about safety, visibility, and peace of mind. We created a house number that is not only a beacon of safety, but also a work of art. Crafted from durable stainless steel and waterproof acrylic, with efficient, low-voltage LED backlighting, it's uniquely yours. Choose from 6 sizes, 4 fonts, and 6 colors, and match your home's mood with bright, neutral, or warm white halo lighting. Add dusk to dawn, dimming and timing controls for complete command.
Every order includes free worldwide shipping, plus a 2-year warranty on lighted numbers and all powering accessories.
This is the ultimate home upgrade. A perfect blend of style, quality, and function.
Buy yours today.
Smoked cocktails have never been easier to make thanks to our Halo Drink Smoker. Simply place the cocktail smoker on your glass, light the wood chips until they start to smoke, and then top it off with the lid to infuse your drink with a delicious, new, smoky flavor.
Hey, Dave Weischadle from Turnpike Sports. I just got my dugout mug delivered, and I am loving it. Dugout mugs are mugs made out of baseball bats, and they are officially licensed by Major League Baseball, so you can get your favorite baseball team's logo on your mug. Just think of it, enjoying your favorite drink while watching your favorite baseball team with your team's logo on your mug made from a baseball bat. They can even make customized mugs. Check out the mug they made for Turnpike Sports. I mean, just look at that. That looks awesome. I've never seen anything like them. If you go to dugoutmugs.com, you'll find out they even make more things than mugs. They have baseball board games, grilling equipment made from baseball bats. They even have a section for gifts for under $30. Head on over to dugoutmugs.com because if you're a baseball fan or need a gift for a baseball fan, you have to check out Dugout Mugs. And use our promo code PIKE at checkout to get 20% off your purchase price. That's promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. Also, free shipping with orders over $99. You can't beat that. Dugoutmugs.com. That's my go-to place if I need a gift for a baseball fan. Well, if you excuse me now, the game is about to go on, and the wind is just right for drinking.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show. Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We just did our look back at Week 11, and like I said at the top of the show, we're moving into Week 12. The season is flying by, and here we are for our pick segment where we each do 3 games. We play against each other. We do point spreads and totals. We do not do money lines. We use Caesars midweek lines, and we are on Caesars Sportsbook again this week, and Caesars has a brand new offer for customers, and here it is. Football is back, and Caesars is game day ready with a great offer for new customers. Place your first bet of $1 or more and instantly get 100% profit boosts up to $25 max bet per boost. Register now at Caesars.com/sportsbook-n-casino with our promo code PIKE20X to get the great new offer for the Caesars Sportsbook. Terms and conditions apply. 21 and older. Gambling problem, 800-GAMBLER. That's a call or text line now. Like I said, we're in Week 12, so let's get to the games. First game of the week for me, I've got the Indianapolis Colts at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are favored by 3.5 points at taping time, over under a 50. Indianapolis Colts are coming off a bye, giving them 2 weeks to prepare for Kansas City, which, unsurprisingly, are a better team at home than on the road. They're 4-1 at home. They're 1-4 on the road.
And their backs are up against the wall because
Yes.
this is a must-win for Kansas City.
The Colts are tied for the best record in the AFC, and they have one of the best running games, if not the best running game in the league right now. They're facing a Kansas City team that has lost 2 in a row. They're going into Kansas City. This is not a great place to be if you're Indiana Jones and the Colts. Now, Indiana Jones always gets out of scrapes. And surprisingly, the Colts are 2-0 against the spread against the Chiefs in their last 2 meetings, one of which was in Kansas City. Can the Colts beat the Chiefs at home? I don't know. I think right now this version of the Colts team is very fun to watch. Indiana Jones is having probably his best year as a quarterback. I'm sorry, Daniel Jones. I'll be serious for a minute.
Probably he is.
Well,
there's no probably
the last
about
game
it.
or two, he's not been that good.
Well,
so,
overall, but
yeah, we may be starting to see him coming back down to earth.
A little bit of regression.
Yes.
So.
But I think this version of the Colts, while they may not win the game, should be able to keep this close, and I'm going Indianapolis plus 3.5.
All right, my first game is the Philadelphia Eagles, who are favored by 4.5 points at the Dallas Cowboys with an over-under of 50.5. Hey, it's Eagles-Dallas week. It's always a fun week. It's always a fun game to watch. I think. Look, the Eagles, I think, will break out of their the funk they've been in offensively.
Questionable,
yeah, but because you know what? Because they have to. Because if you're going to beat the Cowboys, you're going to have to score a lot. I mean, the Cowboys have played to the over 5 of their last 6 games with an average of 29.2 points per game. So if they're going to beat the Cowboys, they got to score a lot. Also, the Cowboys have allowed 30.8 points per game defensively. So this is going to be a fun one to watch because I think there's going to be a lot of scoring because, you know, if you got to win this game, you're going to have to score a lot. So I think they're going to score more than the 50.5 points the books put on it. So I'm taking the over. I usually don't do this big of an over, but I have a feeling this is going to go over.
You never know. You never know with Dallas there. Dallas sometimes shows up with the offense, sometimes it doesn't. But let's head on over to the second game of the week. Next game for me, I've got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Chicago Bears. Classic matchup there.
Absolutely.
Chicago's favored by 3 points. There's an over-under of 45.5. Pittsburgh comes into this game, and at the time we're taping, we do not know what the hell is going on with Aaron Rodgers. They say he may or may not have a broken wrist, but Pittsburgh's one of the few teams where the backup can come in and do extremely well. Mason Rudolph came in when Aaron Rodgers went out and didn't miss a step. That offense continued to score against the opposition there. Here we have Chicago coming in 3 straight wins, and they have mastered the art of the last-minute comeback. That's going to bite them on the ass next year. But anyway, right now they've gone 3-0 against the spread in their last 3 home games. Chicago has been evolving into a really good team throughout this season. It's been fun to watch the impact Ben Johnson has been having on this team. He's putting his stamp on it. The offense has been getting better and better each week. They've had some clunkers here and there, but if through the first 11 weeks they have been becoming the team Ben Johnson wants them to become. And with the question mark at quarterback for the Steelers, Mason Rudolph, Aaron Rodgers, I don't think it would have mattered here. I think the growth will continue, and Chicago will be beating them by more than 3 points.
All right, my next game is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Los Angeles Rams, and the Rams are favored by 6.5 points with a total of 49.5 points. I have not been very impressed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense over the last couple of weeks, and I think Matt Stafford is going to have a great week throwing the ball. Last week, Tampa Bay allowed 317 passing yards and 3 touchdowns to Josh Allen. However, Tampa Bay had a great game running the ball. They had a season-high 202 yards and 3 touchdowns, and Baker Mayfield got a touchdown as well. This is another one of those games I'm expecting a lot of scoring in, and I think it's going to be a fun game to watch. And not only did I have 1 over, I'm going to have 2 overs this week. A pair of overs. I'm taking over 49.5 points.
All right, let's head on over to the last game of the week. Final game of the week for me, and it's a division game here. We've got Minnesota Vikings at the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay is favored by 6.5 points here. There's an over-under of 41.5. I thought about the total here, but I'm not going to do that. The Packers may be without their running back Josh Jacobs for this game, and like I said, it's a division game. Division games are always the toughest ones to predict because both these teams get up for each other, and it's going to be a really fun game to watch. But again, Green Bay's running game versus everything else isn't the problem. The problem lies for Minnesota with J.J. McCarthy over there. McCarthy came back from injury, and he seems to have taken a step back. I don't want to say the word regressed, even though I have regressed in my notes. I don't want to say he's regressed.
I'm not saying regressed, but I'm looking at the word regressed.
Yes, it's there in my notes.
Just so everyone knows.
Yes.
It's staring me in the face.
But he has been playing not up to standard, since coming back from the injury. They're coming into Green Bay. Green Bay's defense has been able to put pressure on opposing quarterbacks all season long. They've actually have allowed fewer than 20 points in 7 of their 11 games this season. So very good defense that Minnesota's coming in. Bad time to have J.J. McCarthy taking a step back again. There's step back, not regressed. But here we have Jordan Love on the other side, who is not much better this year than J.J. McCarthy has been. Throw out the stats, throw out the analytics for me. Comes down to home field and who is the slightly better quarterback here, which I think is Jordan Love. Green Bay laying the 6.5.
All right, my last game is the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are 2.5-point favorites at the Arizona Cardinals with a total of 47.5 points. I was impressed with what Jacksonville did last week against the Chargers, and I think I'm expecting more of that against Arizona. Arizona, meanwhile, has been struggling to hold on to the football. I mean, they turned it over 5 times in their last 2 games. And listen to this thing. Jacksonville has been favored 3 times this year. Twice they covered, and the 3rd time they pushed. So I kind of like that trend. So, and let's be honest, Arizona really has nothing to play for, and Jacksonville is still kind of pushing for a playoff spot. So I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, those are our 3 picks for Week 12. Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show. We'll be right back after this to close out the show and recap the picks.
Sign up at jackpot.com and you can bet on the world's best lotteries where the biggest jackpots are up for grabs. Powerball, Mega Millions, some of the biggest lotteries can be found at jackpot.com. Simply choose your lotto game, pick your numbers, or use their quick pick feature, and you're done. Sign up at jackpot.com with code DRAW24 and get a free lottery ticket with your first deposit. Jackpot.com, it's the world of lotto in your hand. Terms and conditions apply. You must be at least 18 years old and in the United States to play. Void where prohibited. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show. Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We just finished our look ahead at Week 12, following our look back at Week 11, obviously. Mm-hmm. But here we have our 3 picks each. Why don't we go ahead and recap for the audience?
All right, I'm taking the over 50.5 points in the Eagles-Cowboys game. I'm taking the over 49.5 points in the Buccaneers-Rams game. And I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars and laying the 2.5 points against the Arizona Cardinals. 2 overs in Jacksonville. My God, what am I thinking?
Well, I'm going to go with Indianapolis plus 3.5 against the Kansas City Chiefs. I am going with Chicago laying the 3 against Pittsburgh, and Green Bay laying the 6.5 against the Minnesota Vikings. Those are our picks and analysis for the Week 12 games we chose to do. Again, we use Caesar's midweek lines, so please check the lines before you place a bet. Bet with your head, not with your heart also. And these picks will be put up on our blog, turnpikesports.us. Click on the blog button. You'll be able to see them there, full print version, as well as our records for the season between each of us. Feel free to comment there. Feel free to email us, info@turnpikesportsradio.com. Follow us on social media, Turnpike Sports, Turnpike Bets on X, Turnpike Sports Radio Instagram, Turnpike Sports on Facebook, and Turnpike Sports on Blue Sky as well. That's our new addition
Blue
to the
Sky.
family there. So
You told me about that a couple weeks ago. What's Blue Sky?
yes.
Okay.
Well, we're on that now as well.
Okay.
So feel free to comment anywhere you see us. Always welcome the comments. Always enjoy hearing from our audience. So please do so at your convenience.
And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike. Good luck, everyone.